I'm Becca.
I'm Lauren.
And I'm Melissa.
Journal entry. Please welcome BarlowGirl.
Because I struggle with eating disorders and a lot of different things, and it was fascinating because my mom gave me that book and she's like, I really feel like you need to read this. And I was reading it, I realized that my battle wasn't eating disorders, it wasn't, depression, it wasn't, anxiety or whatever. It started in my mind, and it was an attack against my mind. And that book, after going through it, and I had a workbook that I worked through, and after going through it and realizing, oh my goodness, these thoughts are not my thoughts, these things that I'm hearing in my head, you're too fat, you look ridiculous, like you're ugly, you're stupid, like all those things, those were not me. It was the enemy that was speaking to me. And through that book, God just healed different parts of my life. And after, when I was done with that book, it's a renewing of your mind and retraining of your thoughts of how God wants you to think and what He thinks of you. And what He truly, how He's created you. And even though in the moment, you're not perfect, it's what He has created you to be. And it was a life-changing, amazing book.
For me, it's everything. There's almost something I can't pinpoint, but there's times where God, He'll ask me to do something, and then I'm like, oh, of course, why wouldn't I do that for you? Why wouldn't I, just follow you in that kind of way? And then, you get all passionate for it, and you get all hyped up about it, and then it's like, and then when it actually comes to doing it, it's just like, well, it's too hard, it's just too much for me. And then there's so much of that in me, and I hate it. That's like one of the biggest things that I struggle with about me, is that I'm so like Peter. But I wish, but then he got good, and I'm still working on it,
Do you have the opportunity to be an actor, like for a Christian film? Would you take that opportunity?
Wow.
Do we have time?
I know. Well,
question?
I guess the thing that I would be like, well, it would be a time issue. But I think it would have to be something I'd really have to pray about to see if God's going to allow me to go down that path. You know what I mean? Because it's something that He kind of asked me to give up for Him to do music, to do the whole band thing. And so for me, I think if I got that opportunity, I would personally want to be like, yes! But I think I would definitely have to be like, okay, God, you asked me to give it up. Are you giving it to me now just for this season? Or, so in my flesh, I would say yes. But I think I'd have to pray about it a lot.
Yeah. And then many people ask this question, if you don't date, how
are you going to get married?
Yeah.
Right.
So does someone want to explain the process?
Yeah. Well, I think
dating just got invented.
I know.
200 years ago. I don't think why people are like, oh my gosh, you're never gonna get married. Well, how did everybody else back then get married?
Yeah, it's kind of a funny thing. But at the same time, I think for us, friendship is really important, and I think it's something that isn't so important to us anymore because we're jumping into dating relationships so quickly.
Like,
we're
oh my gosh, I'm
skipping
attracted to
over
you.
the basic foundation of friendship in a relationship, in a marriage. And for us girls, we have a lot of guy friends. Instead of going out with our boyfriends on Friday night, we get a huge group of guys and girls together, or a couple guys and a couple girls, or we'll take out one guy, or a couple with three of us, or who knows, however it's set up. But we're hanging out as friends, you know what I mean? We're building relationships. We're getting to know guys without this fake person that I'm trying to be to impress somebody. It's just my guy friends, you know what I mean? And so for us, I think it's important to marry your friend. It's important to marry your good best friend. And I think, it's something that is essential in a relationship.
Truly fall in love and truly, have a great marriage and a good relationship.
Yeah, and it's cool too because, even with a lot of guys that, you're initially attracted to, well, instead of jumping into the dating, we've been like, okay, let's be friends with this guy and see what he's like. And it's so funny, every single time this has happened, a couple months down the road, you go, I'm so glad I didn't date you because we would have broken up, but we have a great friendship and it didn't ruin anything, And I know you as a friend. I'm glad we didn't date. So it's just, it's something that's how I believe that God's going to work it out.
Amen. Hey, we're BarlowGirl, and you're watching BreatheCast.com.